Hello everyone, this is Martin Levac and you are listening to the Live in Québec Show.
It's Thursday, 19th of October 2017. This is Andrew Greenfield for the Live in Québec Show, and we're joined now by Martin Levac. Martin, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
So we're at the Théâtre du Capitole in Quebec City, where Martin is performing his incredible Dancing to the Light Phil Collins show this coming weekend. So are you ready for this weekend's shows?
Think so. Are we ever ready? No, but I've been doing this show for the last 9 years now, and yeah, I guess we're pretty good now.
So what's left to do?
What's left to do in that show, in that particular act? I don't know. It's always a work in progress, I think, because we always want to be perfect, I guess, and raising the bar all the time to be accurate to the real thing.
So I've been to a few of your shows. I've got to say I'm a big fan. I'm backing your current project too, actually.
Cool.
So you've just answered the question actually, but how long have you been putting on this particular show?
It's hard to say because I started to study Phil Collins when I was like 14 years old. I'm now 45, and I think it's a lifetime of studying your character, because I consider that I play a character. You know, it's just I'm a musician, I'm a singer, but I'm also an actor or a comedian. Yeah. You know, taking an act and impersonating somebody. Mm-hmm. So I started studying Phil when I was a teenager, and the way he sings, the way he moves, the way he plays drums. So I didn't count the hours, but it's mental health thing. You know, it's yeah. C'est une maladie mentale.
People keep coming to see it though. So how long do you think you're going to keep doing it for?
I enjoy doing it. I never lost interest. I love the songs. I love the fact that we have a great band. I'm surrounded by so talented musicians. I mean, they're incredible. They make the music, you know, alive, and that's what drives me. And the people are coming to see, who comes to see the show. They're listening to the soundtracks of their lives. You know, so many hits, so many songs that made somebody cry, somebody else feel joy, or you know. Yeah. So it's such a great thing to experiment with everybody.
So do you think though the quality of the musicians that you work with, does that make you better at what you do?
Of course. Oh yes, it has a great influence on me. Yeah, it drives me.
So why? There's so many artists out there. There's so much good music out there. Why Phil Collins? For you, what's so good about him?
Again, when I was a teenager growing up in Longueuil, I mean, my parents were listening to pop music. I was raised with lots of different kinds of music in the house. My mother would listen to French music a lot, Charles Aznavour, Serge Lama, Francis Cabrel, etc. And my dad would listen to a lot of Quebec music like Plume la Traverse, Offenbach, Paul Pichet, Michel Rivard, etc. And also Elvis Presley, and the Beach Boys, and the Beatles, and Pink Floyd. And I remember I was 8 years old when my dad came up with the Wall album, Pink Floyd, The Wall, and he would take the speakers out in the yard, you know, in the backyard, and drive them very, very loud, and I would, you know, listen to the Pink Floyd thing. So, but when I discovered Genesis music, I don't know, something happened. It just like struck me, you know.
You're not alone.
I guess. I mean, I was a big fan of the Rolling Stones before that. I was a big fan of, you know, contemporary artists of that time, you know, Bryan Adams, Prince, Madonna, you name it. Yeah. But Phil Collins had something special in his voice which immediately touched something deeper in me.
You don't just impersonate Phil Collins, though, do you? You've got other projects out there. You've got your own albums. Tell me a little bit about those.
Well, in '98, I was finalist at the Granby Song Festival, and so I was like sure that I would do my own career with my own songs, as a composer, as a writer, songwriter. Even Michel Rivard was there when I was at that contest, and he came to me and he said, "Wow, that song is brilliant. You're gonna have a great career," and But then, and I released my first album in 2000, a French-Canadian album, rock en français. But then the train passed, and that was the Genesis tribute band train. And I had every quality, I guess. I mean, I was a fair enough good drummer at that time, and I knew how to sing and place my voice to sound like Phil. So I got into that and got in and out of it like for 2 or 3 years, and then the musical box came.
Yep.
So I jumped in the big train that time, and I started to travel and playing the Royal Albert Hall out of the sudden, and playing Olympia in Paris, and great venues all around the world, and traveling and meeting Phil 4 times. And he came to play on my drums in Geneva, and it was like, all right, well, I ain't got time to write songs anymore, just. So I got in that, and I very enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it, but there's always something that has to come out. I mean, I still write songs. I actually never stopped writing, but I stopped like releasing things. But then in 2015, I switched. I switched back to wanting to release something of my own.
Yeah. Now you talk about writing songs. You're writing stuff at the moment, aren't you? You've got a project on right now.
Yes.
Tell me about this current album that you're working on. What's it all about?
Well, it's my 6th album, solo album, and it's in French, and it's like I'm coming back to my roots, actually. I said that my dad would listen to a lot of Offenbach songs and Plume la Traverse and French Canadian rock artists that really had a big influence on me, even before Phil Collins and Genesis. So I think I'm coming back to that in the writing, and musically, I don't know. Somebody asked me, is it going to be a reggae album? And I said, no. but I don't know. I got that's. It seems that I've been influenced by more than I can think of, and not only French Canadian artists, but a lot of British artists too, who experienced, pop music in a different way than Genesis and Phil Collins. I'm a big fan of Joe Jackson, and that guy can write songs. He's a great writer. He's my favorite writer.
So here's the thing that's interesting for me about the current project. Mm-hmm. How's it being funded?
Well, we're a very small company. We're 3 of us working in this company, producing all the shows we do and producing all the albums I do. So yes, the founding, I have no grant from the government. When I was younger, I would ask for grant and fulfilled all the paperwork, and never got one. Never get to have one. So even back in 2000, when I wanted to do my first record, I did a social crowdfunding, but that was not évidemment on a platform web.
Yeah.
But it was like I was selling coupons to people.
Right.
Like I had yellow coupons with the title of the album, and you give me $20 and you come to the launch and I give you your album.
Yep.
So I'm doing the same now. It's a crowdfunding thing, and I mean I'm lucky enough to have people who follow me as Phil Collins impersonator, who are willing to follow me and encourage me in my solo thing, in my own thing.
Now, you're using, you talk about a platform, you're using Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, exactly.
There's lots of platforms out there. There's GoFundMe, there's La Ruche, there's
Yep.
Arico. Why Kickstarter?
A band that I'm a big fan of, Jardin Mécanique, a band from here, they have used that platform and they got very successful with it. So I was, I had an interest in that platform in particular, and I knew that it was international. So not that I'm pretending to be an international artist, but I've traveled around a lot, and I got to know friends from everywhere around the world. So and it was accessible for everybody worldwide. That particular platform, and I ended up copying what Jardin Mécanique did.
You can't say that.
I don't know. No, everybody's copying somebody. I've been copied afterwards. Believe me. So that's what I did. Yeah.
All right, and you find it works for you?
It works. Oh yeah, it works very well, and yeah.
So, are there any negatives to using any crowdfunding platform? Because you've been successful with it, and it's not the first time you've used it.
It's the third time now.
It's the third time. But is there a downside to it? Are there any negative points to crowdfunding?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
People can't just go there and they say, okay, I'm putting my stuff there and found me now. It's not how it works. To have 200 backers for the 1985 album I did 2 years ago, we must have sent 50,000 messages one by one. Well, not at all one by one. We have a mailing list of, let's say, 2,000, but the other 48,000 is like one by one. Copy, paste. Even now, it lasts 30 days, the campaign now, and sometimes I would send 350, 400 messages a day, one by one. Yeah. So you have to reach out big to collect.
So it's not just
small.
Just putting on it's not just putting your thing on the web and then hoping for the best.
Oh no.
Behind it too.
Of course, it's a lot of work, and the three of us are just we're working hard on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if there's anybody out there that's listening to this that has a project that they are considering crowdfunding, what advice would you give?
You don't put your stuff there and wait for people to contribute to your thing or to support you. You have to work it out. You have to make it work. You have to reach out to as many people as you can and ask people to share your things. The rewards are important as well. I mean, you have to give a lot to the people who are supporting. We have 14 different rewards, from $10 to $2,500, and you have to be generous in what you offer to people.
I imagine so that because it's the idea is to get the money to put an album out, but you talk about the rewards there as well. So I imagine you have to be quite creative with the rewards that you're offering.
Yes, of course, and of course you have to be. You have to know how to count things, because we got caught in a trap with the first campaign. For instance, we didn't charge the postal cost, the post cost of sending out, shipping an album to Australia, for instance.
Yeah.
So we got oh gee, I thought I was making $20 out of this, but then I ended up making $4 out of it, So you have to be careful with these things.
So when is the new album coming out?
It's going to be out April 12th. 2018.
Okay, well listen, good luck with the album, good luck with the crowdfunding, the upcoming shows and everything else you're currently working on, and thanks again for talking to us.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you.